Twin Flame Psychic, and whether you're here for the first time or back, I'm happy to have you, and this reading is perfect for you just to hear whenever it is that you are catching it. And it is for the eclipse season, which is going to last a little while, and we're starting with lunar eclipse in Pisces. So this is going to have to do with creativity, boundaries, definitely lots of feeling, transformation, getting clear on what is, kind of where you're in some state of illusion, or where you need to come back, into reality, or more maybe step into what you think is delusional and actually embrace, your dream that you kind of, that's like sort of stuck somewhere, where you need to really, you need to be with what you're desiring, and not like think that it's separate from you. So there has to be a way for you to be able to retrieve that for yourself, and to really like love yourself there. And that's part of the twin flame journey too. So I'm going to pull some cards, first of all, from the portal deck. What is this called again? The Oracle of Portals. Very nice. So it just seems appropriate for, this eclipse energy. I think a lot of people, clients, people I'm talking to, people on the twin flame journey, and even people who, I work with, just like creatively, artists and whatnot, really feeling like, what's going on kind of feeling. So if that's you too, you're not alone. Sometimes it's just nice to know you're not alone in how you're feeling. So Realm of the Fae. Okay, so if you're really into fairies, you might be into this card. But I think it's like inviting you to have a little bit more of a whimsical kind of like, feeling about what's going on, and not feel so like stuck. And because this is kind of a, the card itself, it looks like it's nighttime, like it's dark. But then there's all these like pretty little fairies that make it very magical. And so I think that's really just like what it's saying to you, is to really like, in order to really, be in the light, you need to really like see that it's actually like a really beautiful place that you're in, and that's like where the magic is happening. And then the next card is Sunset. So this tells me this is the beginning of a transformation of something that is, culminating, coming to an end. And it's bringing in the next phase. And it's, it's a beautiful transition if you really allow it to be that. So don't be afraid of the transformation. And then we have choice. This is such a funny card to me, because it's like, what do you choose? 1, 2, or 3? I guess go straight ahead. It's straight ahead now. I don't know. So, it's really just about moving in the direction that your heart is calling you to move in. And it's said and kind of proven that like we do manifest, what we're thinking and feeling. Things show up in our reality to verify, like whatever, like if you think about red red cars all the time, then you are bound to see more red cars, I guess. Like it's like, oh, every time I see a red car, I'm going to think of my twin flame. And then you see a bunch of red cars, and you're like, yeah, I guess I am on the twin flame journey. And so, like, you don't want to make choices just based on those red cars and the things that you're kind of like reaffirming in your reality. And some of them, really might be powerful signs, but some of them might just be things that are kind of like showing up. So you really want to go deeper with that, and surrender to hearing what you need to hear to move forward. So there's a difference there, there's really like a resonance that needs to happen in order for you to, feel like your hand is being held and that you're making the right choice, and that's okay. And then we have Otherworld. So sometimes You know, it feels like we're in the other world, whatever that is. You know, it's a feeling. It's, you know, it's a vibe. And my cat is like running around. I don't know. I think you can hear her maybe. Anyways, Otherworld is really like, it's kind of getting into that Pisces energy too, that realm of like going all the way around the full circle of the zodiac and coming back to the other side, transforming. And it actually does kind of look like, have that cocoon look or womb look or what have you, where it's really like, you know, a place of transformation. And so you kind of have to be there sometimes in that uncomfortable place, you know, where you're gonna have to be reborn, so to speak. And we have celebration, so that's nice. So yeah, celebration is very clear message. I mean, how do we like get? Sorry, let's see. No, I don't know how to. You like, there we go. Okay, so celebration, yeah, I think that, you know, getting some messages that need to be deleted from some weird people tells me that it is kind of funny though, kind of, it's just, you know, so trolly. But it's like no troll can get in the way of your celebration. So I think that it's nice to, you know, get interrupted like that during this card, because it's just a reminder that if some, you know, something isn't working out, there's some like deal, like some, I almost want to say like dirty deal kind of thing, like someone's not following through on their word, you're depending on something that isn't coming through, or there's just like some kind of trolly energy otherwise. Don't like let it rain on your parade, so to speak. Don't let it ruin your celebration, because then you're gonna block this from happening. And it's like there's a floodgate, you know, coming to you of good vibes that's really like helping you attract what you want. So you don't want to get caught up in and tripped up in people's like, you know, silly attempts to kind of like sabotage that good vibe. And that's not people's true selves, that's just ego or what have you. And the more you work through that, the more opportunities you're going to really receive, because when you let go of what isn't for you, you know, when you realize like, oh, this is not gonna be a good deal for me, this isn't someone or something I can relate to, and you fully, you know, realize that, let it go, have a boundary there, then the next thing can come in, which is going to be like, you know, it's going to multiply your blessings because you've let go of that energy suck. And then we have landing. So to me, this speaks to grounding, as interesting of a card as this is. It's cool though. But yeah, I think it's really like speaking to manifesting, because you have to ground in order to manifest. You know, that's all that root chakra energy. And so you're really going to want to like, you know, pull that spiritual energy down into you. You know, it's not force, it's power that does it. And it's really like allowing God to work through you. So I want to pull a few other cards to wrap up this live here. And this is one of my favorite decks. I use it quite a bit. The Angel Tarot. Actually, I don't know. I did pull another deck. Maybe I said that, but let's see. Let's just see what we have here. Okay, these cards are rather stiff because I bought a new deck, especially for readings, since my other one, I've like used it so many times. The cards are like, you know, they look very used, so I like to have fresh cards, you know, on the screen for you guys. And so anyways, you can get the same deck. Oh, God. I guess that's what I get for going live like 1 in the morning dropping these. But yeah, this is the Angel Tarot deck. This is the new one by just Radley Valentine instead of also by Doreen Virtue. So, anyways, the Three of Water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. So yeah, you may not want to hear this if you're a workaholic or something. This has been coming up for, some of my clients, and I think sometimes, and then we also draw messages for ourselves. I think this is a message, also meant for me and probably for you if you are watching this. It's really like, it's not just pointing, it's like, oh, where's the celebration? It's like you can cultivate the celebration in your life. Like you really want to make some space for, yeah, having a better time, not getting caught in other people's, supposed bad vibes or whatever. Just like make some time to go somewhere nice, go out into nature, do something nice for yourself. But don't do it at the expense, of the deeper work and like escapism, because there is kind of like this fine line, especially with this eclipse energy and the whole Pisces theme, with really like where is it that you're trying to escape versus where is it that you're really like, cultivating heaven on earth. And sometimes it's hard to tell, and because one, it's just like one's a fantasy. So it's like you don't want to live in an ungrounded fantasy, but you do need to also cultivate having a nice time and playing and things like that at the same time. So then we have the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So this really speaks to positive transformation and something very good, abundance, like something very grounded and positive can come of this if you just keep going with it. And then we have the Moon, Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So yeah, this is just like important psychic insights that are really like, they're very pertinent, but they're not really something that is fully manifesting yet. So you really have to pay attention and like trust how you feel more to actually gain the what's the word I'm looking for? Like you have to kind of prove to the universe that you trust your intuition and you've developed it enough to really like move into that more and step away from the fear-based thought that might have kind of kept you afloat in the past, but that now like you really have to like, if you're going to be that trusted advisor, so to speak, in your own life, then you have to start making decisions that look like that. And so yeah, there's going to be some failures along the way, but you can't like let that fear of failure tie you down. So even though you don't want to like make it too risky for yourself or something, you're probably maybe being tested right now in one way or another, so it's just safe to accept that test and that it is sharpening your intuition. And then we have the Chariot, Archangel Metatron, an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. And I think that's really like the last card from this deck of this reading, because it really like, to me, completes the thought and affirms, the positivity of what this eclipse is doing for you. And Archangel Metatron is also known for clearing blocks, regarding time too. So if you feel like you don't have enough time, energy, abundance, the inflow of abundance card came up, that card came up. So it's really positive. But yes, you do need to move through some like uncertain energy for sure. You do need to cultivate some play time in your life, and you might actually feel some resistance to doing that because you might feel like a lack in your life right now in one way or another. If you don't, and it's already easy to play, good, then perfect. But if you do, you may need to play even more, and play just, it could just mean like taking a little walk, it doesn't need to be anything huge or crazy, but it's just where you're resisting, you know, like giving to yourself in that way. So like romancing yourself, that self-care, whatever you want to call it, just like doing the thing that would feel so good to do that isn't really, you know, costing you much at all. It's not costing you a lot of time, a lot of energy or anything, but it is costing you a little bit, but it's going to be worth it. So uh, and now if you're someone who has no problem just being like, oh, you know, count me in, I'll take myself to the beach, then great, you know, maybe it's not like such a big deal and maybe there's a different meaning there for you, but pay attention to that. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, so if you want to really like make the most of cultivating abundance during this time, I think it's, you know, it's really important to focus on what it is you have to give. Sometimes if you're not feeling very like if you're not feeling like you have a whole lot but you do have a lot to give, then that is the appropriate thing to do, because that's actually like your abundance, like your that's where your abundance is in the giving, and that's how you will receive it. So a time to give rather than take. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So yeah, and I mean that kind of speaks to the incoming of Libra season. I think Venus is in Libra. My cat is down there making noise. But yeah, a new romantic cycle. So that's great for your twin flame journey too, and calling in more like clear energy between you and your twin flame. So something is clearing up between you guys that has not been maybe so good in the past, or that you were not sure about. They want to go deeper with romance there, so it's positive. And then we have communication is key. So this also clearing communication blocks. It's also communicating with other people in your life and communicating with the divine. And then we have new moon eclipse, so expect powerful change. So this is what's upcoming after this current eclipse, but this is like kind of leading you up to even more powerful change. So get ready for that. And a new start is coming, so I think that's kind of obvious, but let's see. Nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, so I think that this is actually like a nice breathing out card. You know, it's like we don't need to, even though it is really exciting to, you know, feel the amplification of energy when there's like an eclipse or with anything that's going on, or when there's like a kind of shift in consciousness that you can feel several people going through at once. But yeah, like the peace that you have cultivated isn't going anywhere. You know, who you are isn't going anywhere. Nothing will come of this situation. There are some things in life that are set in stone, and also what comes to my mind is your twin flame doesn't change either, because sometimes, you know, you think, is this person really my twin flame? You know, even if you're with them, you can think that sometimes. And yeah, your twin flame doesn't ever change. So, you know, maybe you or your twin flame doesn't fully see it, or on some level, you know, there's something, a block there. But the person who is your twin flame is your twin flame. And so that is reassuring, I hope. And then the answers you need are coming. So if you're desiring clarity on something, if you're desiring a solution, because, you know, if you have a problem, naturally you want a solution, you desire that, and you're seeking the solution, hopefully, then over doing the problem, you know, in your mind and talking about it. So yeah, the answers you need are coming, and focus on a solution, and that's going to help that come to you, and it's going to help things fall into place. And remember that miracles are very possible, and that, you know, Course in Miracles, the book, I'll show it to you, it's right here in case you want to see it, or maybe, you know, if you just like to see the book because it makes you happy, like it makes me happy. But anyways, the book does say, you know, expect miracles. And so yeah, miracles like can be normal, and they are for you, and we've all had miracles happen, and so it's safe to expect miracles without having expectations of exactly how, the universe is bringing that to you. So that is going to do it for this reading. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And I will catch you in the next one. And of course, if you would like your own reading, you can go to the twinflamepsychic.com. I just added some stuff to my homepage so that you don't have to navigate around so much. If you wanted to get an ascension coaching session or get a reading a little easier to find. Plus there's my blog too, which I will have some more updated blogs soon. But if you scroll through there's a lot of good information just on like the twin flame journey, plus like some card readings and different things to help you out. So yeah, that's it for now. So I will catch you later. This was fun. Have a great week ahead.